there. I just had a thought when I do qigong. It's in the martial arts, and we do standing meditation in the qigong. And so to do that, you have to be really solid on your feet, and then you tilt your pelvis, and then you have to relax your quads as much as possible so you can't clench with those muscles. And then you can stand there for a long time, actually. And the idea is you're stretching your entire spine from your tailbone to the top of your head. So I'm stretching all the way up and all the way down. And the interesting thing I noticed is when I tilt my pelvis like that, my knees bend right away. So I can be straight, I tilt my pelvis, my knees bend, my hips joint bends, and then my spine is quite straight and I can really stretch it. And when we're working on halt with the horses, um, that's what we're kind of, that's the feeling of it. So I thought it's kind of interesting to feel it in my own body, um, so that I can translate that to when I work with my horse doing school halt. So the idea of being placed well on the feet and then tilting the pelvis, which will bend the hip and the knee, and in the horse that's the stifle, and and then having this stretch from tail to head. Um, so I'll show you a little bit further away so you can see it. So so you can see when I tilt my pelvis how my knees come forward, and then I consciously release the muscles in my quads so that I can stand like that for quite a long time in a meditation. The more relaxed you are, the better. And that's what we're always working on with the horses, is we're wanting the joints to bend and we want them to be really relaxed. It makes it way easier. So I'm just going to quickly show you on Jazz. She's walking over here. So hopefully you could see that where she, when she was tilting her pelvis a bit, the lowest part of her spine was actually lifting. So she was getting that full stretch over her entire spine. So shifting the weight into her hindquarters. She can't like bend her joints like an Iberian horse. They're just so natural at it. She's not at all. She's kind of a stiff horse. So for her, this is quite a lot. But the idea of tilting, so I'm just sort of tapping at the tip of her tail, anywhere kind of around there where I see a response. I kind of try different spots to see where she'll tuck her pelvis a bit. And because when we're doing school halt, we don't just want to shift their weight back, we want their joints to bend. And that has, for me, been quite difficult because she is a bit of a stiff horse, and trying to explain that to her has been quite challenging. So I don't just want to push her back, because the legs will actually start to go straighter when they're too far back. So it's a bit back, but then tilting the pelvis, bending the joints. And so maybe try it yourself. Like I said in you don't have to do the standing meditation, but just being in that posture and experimenting with straight legs, and then gently rolling your pelvis and stretching your entire spine, and see what happens to the joints in your hip and knee and ankle, how they bend. And that's what we're looking for in the horse. So maybe that will help you. Okay.